So yeah, this is not too many changes from the last list that we played in the challenge. It's actually pretty much, I think it's the exact same list, but we're trying out the Karizevs. Yes, I know they're not a combo with Jegantha, but Jegantha's not that relevant against Mono Green anyways, but maybe Mono Green is not that enough of a presence to even play these anymore, but we'll see. I think people just, like, learn how to play the matchup. I would like, you know, playable hands, but... Owl Knight, thank you for the 12, buddy. Much appreciated. Welcome back, welcome back. Doom Hype's in the chat. Right, exactly. It's like... It was a learning curve. People learn how to play against the deck early on, and now that they've learned how to play against the deck, then, you know, you're not going to get those free wins anymore. Hopeful Initiate. If I don't steal this, I really think I have to wait to steal this to be able to go claim Dispute, so I'm just going to pass. And if they play Thalia, I can just go claim the Thalia second to Oven. It's not what I want to do, but I always have it. God damn it. Alright, fine. Wait, they just didn't attack? What the hell? I was not expecting that. Well, I guess I'm just going to kill the Thalia. Obviously, I should have attacked, but I clicked because I just assumed they were going to attack. That's why I kind of clicked through. I don't understand why they didn't attack. So, like, I got messed up because I clicked through my main phase. Is Thalia good against me? This is game 1. No, I don't think Thalia's that good. It's an X1. You definitely don't want to bring in Thalia against me. It's, like, pretty bad. Okay, free block. I'm actually going to keep the cat in the graveyard, because if I draw Mayhem Devil, they lose. Okay, didn't draw Mayhem Devil. Can go Dispute, sack the food. I guess I should probably go get the cat back, sack the cat, and then sack the food. Let's do it that way. Let's go sack the cat. I guess this is kind of dumb, right? This just leaves my oven tapped for no reason. Yeah, I know, Dispute costing 3 feels kind of bad, but I have nothing else to do. Let's draw Mayhem Devil and we still win. Still win if I draw Mayhem Devil. Yeah, still win if I draw Mayhem Devil. Surely I'll draw Mayhem Devil at some point, right? Oh, how about a land? Sick. Dope. I'm having a rough night, chat. I'm gonna run some ads. Alright, 30 seconds, be right back. Well, most of you will still be here, but... This matchup is one of our best. I know that. Like, if I don't draw 10 lands, this matchup is a bye. I just drew way too many fucking lands. Why not attack with Thalia before I sack it? Because I clicked through my main phase. I did mention that. If I lose this matchup, then you know it's time to... You know it's maybe time to call it a night there. Then we're just having a bad night. Play first. This hand's not ideal, but I think I'm going to keep it. Just really hope they don't have Thalia. I guess if they have Thalia, it's not the end of the world, because I can just Rites Away the Witness. It's not horrible if they have Thalia, but just sack run K Command. They usually play 1 to 2 copies in the sideboard. Not in the main deck, but usually 1 to 2 in the sideboard, because they kind of need an answer to the flipped Redain. I don't know what that card's called, but the flipped Redain. I've seen a lot of people going with Fable in the main over Ob, but I think it's merit to the swap. I think Ob is too good. I cannot imagine playing this deck without Ob. I haven't personally tried Fable yet, but I know how good Ob is. Ob is fucking nuts. It might be worth trying. Maybe give it a shot if we drop this league. Just to kind of get a feel for it, you know? 2-2 split for science. Can I do 5 gift subs for a deck donation? Yeah, that's fine. We do, just to give you a heads up, Lift King, we do donation decks every Thursday, so this week is currently full, but I have 1 spot available for next Thursday, so if we do a donation deck, it'll be for then, if that's cool with you. You're still owed one if you recall. Sure about that? I'm trolling you. Alright, here's what I'll do, Max. I'll give you one, not next week, but the week after. You're here every day anyways. I'll give you one on the 28th. Just remind me so I don't forget. I'll be able to catch my dono deck. Lit King! That is fine. Lit King, thank you so much for the 5-banger. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. If you got gifted a sub from Lit King, be sure to thank them in the chat, and if not, dodged. Drop a link to, if you're in the Discord, drop a link to the donation deck if you could. If you're not in the Discord, you can just put a link in chat, but I'd prefer it to be in the Discord if that's okay. Alright, how bad can we make this turn for them? Yeah, the I got 5 on it. I'm not sure, Adam. I don't talk to Dustin that much anymore. So I can go... I mean, I guess I just probably go Mayhem Devil, sack treasure, kill Aspirant, play a thing, and then next turn we annihilate them. Yeah, I'll just do that. I think I'm going to play the Epicure. Kill this. Play Epicure. Your turn. Good luck. Probably calling it an early night on MTGO also, since I'm tilting. Feels bad, man. The PTQ's coming back. A lot of people came out of the woodwork. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you again, Licking, for the 5-banger. Much appreciated. Are you in the Discord? There's a donation decks channel if you're cool with that. Or, you know, you can DM me, whatever, that's fine. Welcome to the family. King, thank you for the tier 1. I did Magical. It was the Grixis Shadow, right? Because I bookmarked it. It was Grixis Shadow, correct? I think it was Grixis Shadow. Yeah, I bookmarked it to make sure I saved it. What does this card do again? Creature with greater power, put a counter on it. Okay. I will go to attacks. Attack you with my creatures. Counter on the Hopeful Initiate. The hell is this? Iganjo. I guess I will respond. And Village Rites the Devil? Maybe I should have not attacked with the Devil. I didn't think about Iganjo, but... Alright, take much damage. We still can't lose this game, but... Go. I have 6 cards. Your turn. Good luck. Adeline? What's that about? Quietly won't go out. Mayhem Devil. I sacrifice my treasure token to fatally push your Adeline. Transitioning from 4-color to Shadow, I want to try a Kaido in the side and Turok main. Gotcha. Thank you, Licking. Thank you. Much appreciated. Appreciate the support. So let's go sack treasure. Ping you. Fatal push this thing. Play some spells. Nothing really matters anymore. I'm just gonna play cards at random. Does not matter in the slightest. Do you think voice is bad? I mean, it's definitely bad against Rakdos. But I guess it's like where is voice good? Like, it's not good against green. It's not good against Rakdos. I guess it's like good against... Yeah, it's good against blue-white, but there's not that much blue-white. Right. I'm good if you even record offline. No, I don't have time to do that anymore, Magical, so I'm just going to play them every Thursday. But I'll play it on Thursday, and then I'll most likely get uploaded to YouTube. So, even if you miss it, it'll be on YouTube. Yeah, it's good against control. 1 land, huh? No, I'm good. 2 lands, but it's 2 Haunted Ridges. Actually wonder if I should keep both Disputes and put back the Ob. Ob's pretty bad on the draw. I think I'm just going to keep both Disputes. If I tried playing this deck Jund, no, not yet. I think it's definitely reasonable. Like, Corvold is a powerful card. I don't know, the curve, playing 5-drops, not a big fan of. I don't think it's maybe not terrible, but just like not my style. Not my preferred version for sure. I could just steal their bodyguard and sack it, but I'll just do it this way. If I don't like 5-drops, I'm playing Jegantha, because it's a free 5-drop. It's literally free. There's not a single card I would want to play in this deck that would mess with Jegantha. It's just an 8th card that costs me nothing. Alright, really want to draw a land here so I can go Claim plus Dispute. Land would be dope. Sick! Claim. If I had white man, I could maybe activate it, but... you can go. Not even Meat Hook Massacre. I don't know. I've tried Meat Hook Massacre before, but it's like... I feel like there's just not a ton of matchups where Meat Hook is even that great. Like, I don't think, again, one of those cards where it's like, it's not terrible, but... I think you're also already pretty favored against the decks where Meat Hook is good against, if that makes sense. Devil. So we go, make red, kill this, play Epicure, play Blood Crypt, play Cat, ship it. Hello and good luck. Before our eyes, Jegantha, keep. Blightstep the word mill, and he's just like instantly here. Just, you know. Am I going to any RCUs coming up? I have 2 this weekend. You've been here? Lies. Alright, this matchup sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, chat. This matchup is atrocious. It's really bad. It's like the one deck I do not want to play against with this. Again, if you expect a lot of Lotus Field, you could sideboard a card that's good against them. Like, you could play Damping Sphere, yada yada, Alpine Moon, but it's just like, I don't know. There's just not that much of this deck, I think, at least in my experience. Decklist sent the Discord, gotcha. I want to see it, what is it? Rexac. Is this modern? Blood Tithe, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Oh, okay. Well, to be honest with you, Lit King, if you're gonna stick around, I'll just do this right now, because I honestly was kind of wanted to try this version out after I played this league anyways. So if you're gonna stick around, we could just do it tonight, because I kind of wanted to play this tonight anyways. How's the dono channel works? People puts their list or whatever. Yeah, basically just like submit the donation through Streamlabs and then put the deck list there, and then that's it. All right, we'll probably just do it tonight then, because I did want to kind of give that list a shot. I know I'm giving up value on the Witness, but kind of just have to do it this way. Aura's beats Lotus Field. Yeah, they're too fast. Like Boros Heroic, all those like low, those you know, non-interactive decks, they just crush Lotus Field. This deck is like doesn't have a fast enough clock to be able to pressure them, and the interaction doesn't do anything, so it's just like it's just all bad in this matchup. Are we dead yet? Somehow not dead. Okay, well, I can't do anything else with this one, so I guess I'll plus that one. Just took 2. What if I just go, like, attack for 2? Attack for 2, they go to 10, plus play second odd plus plus. What if I just did that? Is that bad? I don't think it's horrible. Yeah, fuck it, I'm in. Let's do it. In your Anvil list, you play a 4-man Thoughtseize. Yeah, like, I like Fatal Push main deck a lot more than Thoughtseize. Because I don't think you have room to play both Push and Thoughtseize in the main deck, if to choose. And I think in terms of, like, the field at large, I'd much rather be on Fatal Push main deck, but it's close. Alright, which one? I have too many obs. I think I keep this one, right? Newly controlled, yeah, I'll keep this one. I'm just gonna plus both. Well, they might have me rolled up, but that's all I can do. I can put you to 3. I got nothing else, man. There's one switch you can make if you want to Doom. I'll leave it up to you. If one castle in there because Arena does not have Urborg, either is fine, up to you. Oh, because you just ported it to Arena. Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, I actually haven't been playing the Urborg. What if I've been playing instead of the Urborg? Alright, well, they didn't have it somehow. Yeah, too many obs. So I have... Oh, I have the 4th Haunted Ridge. Would you rather have the 4th Haunted Ridge or an Urborg? I'll leave that decision up to you. We could play either one. We could play Castle, 4th Haunted Ridge, or Urborg. You pick. I've been pretty happy with the 4th Ridge, but... Alright, so let's bring in Thoughtseize, Duress... I think Kroxa? Just, like, make them discard more cards. Because we have to cut Push and Claim. Cut the Eaten Alive, too, actually. Do I just keep in a Fatal Push to kill fucking Grazer? It's not great, but... Punk is not dead. Thank you for the 11 months. Appreciate you, buddy. One closer to that 1-year badge. Is Hearse good against them? What is Hearse good against? Yeah, why do you want Hearse, though? Dig? It's so slow against Dig. Yeah, not a ton. I guess they have Leer. They get Big Storms last night? Kind of, but nothing... I didn't lose power or anything. But I definitely heard it outside. I don't want to bring in the Kolaghan's Command. Hearse is just a huge beater. I mean, it takes a couple activations for it to be even relevantly sized, though, right? We could try one, I guess. Maybe it's better than the Kolaghan's Command. We'll try one. I don't know. I was thinking Eaten Alive because sometimes they juke with an Elder. Possibly. Could be reasonable. Yeah, maybe. Maybe like Eaten Alive versus their post-board stuff. It is good against Leer, I will say that. It is good against Leer, which is important, you know? So that basically, like, being able to shut off the Leer angle of Ultimatum is actually pretty good, so... Yeah, maybe you're right. I'm actually gonna keep this. Destructotron, thank you for the 2. Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're having a good day today. Doom Hype in the chat. Nobody Doom Hypes anymore. It's kind of sad. Nobody spams the Doom Hype. You guys used to do it all the time. Well, that was the issue with keeping a hand like this. Obviously. Pretty sick black-red mid-deck, which Ryan posted in the Discord. They got 7th in the challenge. What's the difference? Alright, mod check land. I think I'm gonna discard the 2nd Dispute. Rip. Rip. 4 Invoke main? That's gotta be way too many of that, right? All they do is sub now, no more Doom Hypes, yeah. Where were you last turn? Probably just cast 2 discard spells, right? I think I have to. 4 seems like a lot. Like, I think playing that card main deck is fine, but I can't imagine playing more than 2 copies. Okay. It's unfortunate. Is this a sorcery? Okay, at least that's a sorcery. That's good for me. Alright, I'm going to take Pour. And then I'm going to take one of the Balakid recoveries. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, they don't really have much going on, so... see what they draw. Although we have no pressure, that's the other issue. We can maybe Kroxa them this game. Like, if we draw land, can maybe go, like, Thoughtseize plus Kroxa. Do not draw a land. Alright, let's go to attacks first. So their hand is Recovery, Scrying, Natural State. Her shuts off Recovery. Yeah, that's true. Maybe they have more stuff at the graveyard than I thought. I think I have to fire off this Dispute, right? Just like, I'm not winning this game if I don't draw lands. Yeah, I have to fire off the Dispute. I really don't want to sack the Treasure if I have to. And I guess I can't complain about having a land, but being a tap land's kind of rough. Alright, well, they don't have anything, so... I mean, they have a lot of good draws, but they currently have no payoff. I guess Scrying for Blasphemy can also deal with the Kroxa, which is kind of annoying. Yeah. So they got Stage, played Temple. Put a card on top. Can't be good. Alright. Kroxa plus Witness? I think that's my best chance. Kroxa plus Witness. Right back at it again. Witness first. Why does it matter? I'm right back at it again. They played the Stage. So we know about these two, and one unknown, which was a card they topped. Wait, they topped a Stage? Why? Or no, they discarded Scrying, right? Yeah, they discarded Scrying. Okay, never mind. I was like, wait, why would they top a Stage there? But yeah, they discarded the Scrying. I'm stupid. It's a good one to put on top. Well... Oh, because they're going to get a third Lotus Field. Casualty Unlucky into Thoughtseize. That's probably my only way out, right? How do we win? Brooks, and then they have 2 cards. They have Natural State and Pier. They just discard Natural State. Kroxa doesn't do anything. I think my only out, technically, is just hope to hit another Thoughtseize off the Casualty. I think that's the only way I can win this game. So I'm just going to attack first. I don't see any other way out. Unless they, like, somehow brick, but... Like, that's just not going to happen, right? They're drawing half of their deck. They're not going to brick. Alright, pause champ, Thoughtseize. Come on, Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize, Thoughteize. No, not quite. Almost, but not quite. Hypothetically, I guess they could brick. It's not going to happen, but hypothetically they could brick. What's up, Aduriel? Like, if they draw 0 copies of the untap lands... I mean, if they draw 0 copies of Hidden Strings in the top 23 cards of their deck, then, you know. It's National Day in France, so tons of fireworks. Yeah, we had that last weekend. Lots and lots of fireworks. It's weird because the 4th was on a Monday, our town, so like we're kind of in a small town, right? And so basically our town decided to wait to do fireworks until Saturday after the 4th, which was 6 days, so it would have been the 10th, right? So they waited until whatever Saturday was, maybe it was the 9th. But yeah, they waited until the 9th to do it because they didn't want to compete with the other town's fireworks who were doing it the week prior. They did it on the Saturday before 4th of July, I think. Or maybe they did it on Monday, but yeah, it was funny. Yeah, alright, you win. I'm not gonna sit here and... Yeah, we're good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm in mass. I don't think I want another hearse. Could cut an Ob. Oh, does kind of clock them, though. I'm just going to keep it like this. They can't draw no copies of strings, but apparently they could draw the 4 copies. Yeah. I mean, I knew we were dead. I was trolling with the, you know, if that wasn't evident. Alright, game 3. Draw lots of discard spells. I guess I drew a lot of discard spells last game. I still lost, but... Alright, I kept the 1-lander last game because it had 2 discard spells. I'm not going to keep a 1-lander without a discard spell. This hand's good. Question is what I put back, though. Actually kind of difficult. This is really tough. I think I'm maybe supposed to put back a land. To be completely honest with you. I guess I could also put back the extra 1-drop. But, like, if I keep both 1-drops, right, I get to go turn 1 Epicure, turn 2 Witness Thoughtseize, and then if I brick on land, I could just loot the Kroxa, because I want the Kroxa in the graveyard anyways, to the blood, and that gets me closer to my land drop. Yeah, I'm just going to put back Haunted Ridge. It's maybe a bit greedy, but... I've been itching to try Direfleet Daredevil in red-black midrange. It's not a terrible idea. It's probably good in the mirror, right? Just, like, steal their Thoughtseize or whatever, steal their Fatal Push. Seems like it could be pretty good. Yeah, that card actually seems kind of cool. I like the idea of that. Alright, attack for Uno. Can't decide if I want to cut Kalitas or Kroxa. I feel like you maybe... I mean, maybe it depends, right? Like, how many Kroxas, how many Kalitases? Okay, that's an interesting hand. Galvanic Iteration, Sylvan Scrying, Ugin. I mean, probably just take Ugin, right? Like, if they didn't have the Lotus Field, I could take the Scrying, but I think there's no reason to take the Scrying here because they already have the fields. Okay, let's think about this. How quickly can they cast this Ugin? So they go next turn, probably Otawara Pass, or Otawara Scrying. Get Stage. Because I could take the Scrying in hopes that to keep them off Stage, but they also have way more copies of Stage in their deck. So Seiju, turn after Lotus Field, turn after Stage. That gives them 6 mana. 7, so what, 4 turns? Yeah, that's too soon, I think. Yeah, I gotta take the Ugin. It's too close. Their hand kind of does nothing for several turns if I take Scrying. Yeah, maybe keeping them off stage is better. It is possible that maybe I'm supposed to keep them off stage. I mean, maybe... Like, I kind of lean towards taking their payoff. Also, do I sack Witness or Blood? I think I sack Witness because it gives me 4 looks at a land. Okay, at least I hit, which is good. Play Witness. Pass? Yeah, maybe it was right to take the Scrying. I don't know, I just feel like... Yeah. If I take the Scrying, keep them off stage. But, like, what if they just... They have so many more copies of this, right? They have 4 stage, 4 Scrying... Whereas, like, Ugin, they probably only have 2 copies of. I mean, it does, but they're also just way more likely to draw to the stage, is the issue. Okay, so let's go attack for 2. They go to 14. Now what? So they have Iteration, Besage Stage. You know what I could do? I could go Mayhem Devil, crack the treasure for red, and ping the Witness to try and spike a land. And then if I draw a land, I can go play Witness, play land, pass, EOT, sack the blood, discard Kroxa. The other line is just like play Devil, sack treasure, ping them, play Witness, or I guess play Epicure in that case. The question is, can I kill them next turn, right? So if I go Devil, sack treasure, they go to 13, play Epicure, they go to 12, pass, attack them for 6, right? Attack them for 6. Then I have 2 blood tokens, which puts them to 4. The Kroxa, which puts them to 3. I'm, like, pretty close to killing them. Yeah, maybe I just play my shit. It's really bad if they drew Anger, though. But again, I'm going to take the line that plays to win, not plays to not lose. So I'm going to do it this way. Again, I do think it is maybe safer to ping my own Witness there, but... Because that, like, guarantees me... Not guarantees me, but gets me closer to a land drop that turn. Yeah, it's like, if they have the Anger, they have the Anger. If they don't, then I'm probably going to win. Or I'm giving myself the best chance to win if they don't have the Anger, you know? They have a lot of payoffs. They just want mana Electron. Always default to disrupt their mana. That's just me, you know, saying it. Yeah, it's tough, right? It's really, really tough in those spots. Okay. So let's start by doing this, I think. Drew an untapped land. Does that matter? I think I'm a little bit short, right? Oh no, I auto-yielded and didn't play the Kroxa. God damn it. I meant to... I always, like, have my mouse on the OK button. Fuck. Yeah, like, I have my mouse on the OK button, and I'm always so used to clicking it, where I just, like... When I auto-yield to stuff, I just, like, instinctively hit OK. God damn it. I need to stop doing that. Yeah, but, like, I could have got them one less card in hand. I don't know if it matters, but... They probably just discard this. No, we know they have a spell in hand. We know they have this. What's up, Neutron Flight? How you doing today? Yeah. Yeah, they go to 3 if... I don't know if that matters. It's funny, because if they're at 1, they can't cast Peer. But if they're at 2, they can, so... They're running 4 Invoke over 2 Walkers. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like so many. Again, I think if I were to play the Rakdos mid-range deck, I would play like 2 Invoke to spare main deck, and then maybe a 3rd in the sideboard at most, but... I think 4 is too many. Proxying up some modern decks, which ones? Yeah, like 2 main, 1 sideboard, I think is a good number. The card's powerful, it's just... I don't want to jam 4 in my main deck, that's way too many, I think. Well, this is scary. They've cast Galvanic Iteration. Okay... So they get back Vizier and Ugin. Okay. We're not dead yet. Right? If they have a... Okay. Do you think Glorybringer is better or worse than Invoke Despair? Probably matchup based, right? Ooh, a Kihira. This hand is no good. Alright, this hand works. Putting back a land... Probably the Pathway. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. How do you feel about Lotus combo? I saw it win last weekend. It actually won both of the challenges. I do think that Lotus Field is probably in a decent spot. And the reason for that is the downtick in green, you know? I think Lotus Field has a really, really poor mono-green matchup, but I think it is pretty decent against most of the other things. Okay, so this is like Jeskai control with no creatures, because they have Kahira. Well, if that's the case, I don't know. May I just Kroxa them? Could Dispute. Dispute does set me up a little bit better for like a Mayhem Devil turn. Yeah, so let's actually go Pathway, and then in my own end step, I'm going to Dispute, because I don't want them to counter it, but I also want to make sure that I can cast one of these next turn. So, cool little trick there. Do it in your own end step, if you suspect a counterspell. Alright, well, I would have cast it in response to Narset anyways, so. Warping just seems good in the red-black mirror. Yeah, it kills Kalitas too. Like, imagine they tap out for Kalitas and you just go land Glorybringer. Like, you win on the spot, right? They put a Shark Typhoon into their hand. Alright, well, I guess I just play some stuff. Devil, sack, play cat. I think I'm gonna ping the Narset just in case they Wrath me next turn. I do kind of want the Narset dead, because one of my better draws is Deadly Dispute. So, like, imagine a world where I ping them, they go minus Narset, Wrath me. I can't go Kroxa plus Dispute, which is probably my best sequence next turn, so. I don't think they're Jeskai. Could they be Polymorph? No, because they have Kahira. They can't really be a Polymorph deck, unless they're hitting, like... Okay, this is like some kind of spike stuff, right, with the Blood Suns. No Lotus Field, that's good. Winning a lot playing Goblin Dark Dwellers. Goblin Dark Dwellers, huh? These come into play tap, that's kind of cool. I don't know. Do they have, like, Wraths and shit? They probably do, right? I should probably play around a Wrath. Kind of feels weird to just Kroxa, though. It's not a good use of my mana. Let's do it. 7 cards in hand. The dichotomy. Or the discontinuity, excuse me. This one. Go. It's unfortunate that I don't have my creature lands now. It's actually pretty rough if they have a Wrath. Yeah. Means they have all spells in hand? Jesus Christ. Alright, we'll just do this EOT. What's up, Apex? How you doing tonight? Alright, they drew a land. Still have 6 cards in hand. We know one's a Shark Typhoon. Let's go EOT. I see the message about them pack openings. Yeah, dude. That shit was crazy. Speaking of Mono Green, I'm against it. I mean, yeah, you're still going to see it from time to time. I haven't played against it in a long time, though. Like, people still do play it. Still so chuffed to bits about it? Yeah. I was going to buy some collector boosters until I realized they were, like, $80 a pack. And I'm like, nah, I'm good, dog. I'm good with that. I just bought some regular packs instead. Well, we can Kroxa. And we can also hold up Deadly Dispute, so I guess we're going to do that. Red, black, red, black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Doing this pre-combat because if they counter it, I can attack through the Shark Typhoon. Okay. No counterspell. It's like all commander cards anyways. Yeah, but they're worth so much money. Like, yeah, I know they're all commander cards, but they're worth infinite dollars. I think you're actually, like... Are you... On average, are you favored to, like, make money off of a $300 box or whatever for 4 packs? I think you might be actually favored to, like to go plus on that. I've seen some boxes people open, and they are ridiculous. I've seen packs that have, like, foil, full art Mana Vault, and then, like, regular full art Mana Drain or something. It's, like, insane, dude. Yeah, the collector ones. Some of the packs are stupid. You open a textured Emrakul. Are the texture cards, like... I know. I think they're, like, what, they're, like, 1 a case or something? Are those worth, like, that much more? They have to be, right? Like, what's a textured Emrakul worth? I'm curious. Wait, what if they have Censor? This was stupid. Okay, I didn't have Censor. So Wandering Emperor's at 1. I'm gonna try and kill some tokens here. So let's go black. Because if I clear the way for the Kroxa, I'm chilling. Play cat, drain them. Dispute, sack cat, shoot the token again. Shoot the token. Sick. Can go dispute, sack token, shoot this. Welcome to the family. We can go sack for black, shoot the token. Play cat. Go to 8. Cool. Let's go. Orb Walk, thank you for the 2 months of Prime. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, bad turn, right? Pretty bad turn. I think everything is going to go back up. Did they tank, though? Texture Ren and 6 is 700. Jesus Christ. Okay, I watched a pack opening. I want to see what this card's worth. Somebody opened a textured Liliana the Last Hope. Just out of curiosity, I want to see how much that one's worth. Do they have it separated on TCG Player? I assume they do. Liliana the Last Hope, textured foil. Here we go. TCG mid is like 240. Okay, well. Yeah, maybe you should buy some collector packs. Mid is 450 for Ren. Okay, so 700 is in the top end. Take it easy, JS. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Love to see you in chat as always. Alright, we are playing against Jeskai Lotus Field. Let's bring in Thoughtseize Duress. Ob, K-Command, Kroxa. Probably have Rest in Peace. I'm going to cut all of my removal, because it all sucks. As well as the Claim the Firstborns. I'm going to keep in the second Eaten Alive, I think, and then just cut the Village Rites. I tend to shave Village Rites when I cut Claim the Firstborn, but maybe that's bad. Maybe I should just cut, like, a Kroxa and the Kolaghan's Command, because they're bad against Rest in Peace, but... yeah, this hand fucks. Buy collector back. Leyline of Sanctity? Wow. This doesn't target, though. This also doesn't target. Is that even good? I guess it's good against Mayhem Devil. Alright, bet. Leyline of Sanctity versus Cauldron Familiar, huh? It says for discard? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I have 6, well, yeah, 6 discard spells that are now dead, so... I get it, it makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Especially if they can combine that with Rest in Peace to keep me off of Cat Oven, right? Why am I, like, lagging all of a sudden? Am I, like, dropping frames or anything? What's the stream chat? I feel like I'm lagging. Tell me if the stream quality's bad. Does it look different? Is the stream lagging or anything like that? It might just be Moto, but it's good. Okay. It's probably just Moto. Just Moto things. Mid-March. Hi, fine. You know what also doesn't target? Ob Nixilis. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand why they brought in Leyline, but it's definitely not the best. Minus. Plus. Alright, Max told me to check Discord. Look at the disgustingness I have in play against Mono Green. Alright, let's take a look. You have a Glade Cover Scout with an Alpha Authority, a Sentinel's Eyes, and an Ethereal Armor. What the hell is what is an Alpha Authority? I still don't know what that card is. Makes only 1 blocker? Oh, so they can't double block it? Is that what you're saying? That's kind of pog. Does the Devil target too, right? Any target, okay. So let's go... They're at 12. I might not play the Devil just to play around Verdict, so I'm just going to keep going up. I'm just going to go up, attack for 2, and play pick up Jegantha. Yeah, I don't want to play Devil into Verdict. It's, like, pretty clear they probably have Verdict, so... Dude, I love it! They all... I mean, they might have a second one, but I love it when they discard Rest in Peace against me. That's the second time this has happened when I played against the blue-white deck. It's so hilarious. Play the Witness? Oh, yeah. I was gonna play Witness, and I just forgot to. Obviously should have played Witness. Okay, so now they have Wandering Emperor. Do I not like Fable in the deck? I prefer this card. This card is just way too good. I think that I would never cut this card for Fable. And I don't think you can really afford to play that many 3-drops if you want to play Ob and Fable. It just doesn't work out. You just can't cut this card. It's the best card in the deck. I would never play less than 4 MS75. Alright, so if they have... This is actually fine, right? If they have Wandering Emperor, I think I can attack with both. Yeah, this is fine. And now... They have Shark Typhoon? Also fine with that. They block this, then I could just go Devil... Sack Blood Token, kill the Shark Token? Discard... Let's play Devil. Discard the Witness, I think. Alright, plus. Plus, plus. Guess I should have plus, plus first. I think we'll be fine. Mayhem Devil's the best card in the deck, but Ob is a close second. I don't know, man. I think Ob just wins you games that you should never... Like, games that... I don't know. Not necessarily games you shouldn't win, but, like, it just wins the game by itself so often. Alright. Oh, I can't Thoughtseize you. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep going up, right? Up, up, up. Up, up, up. Can't loot away the Thoughtseize. Up, up, up. They're at 3? They're at 1? I guess I should just loot main phase. Alright, you can go. Close game. Anyone's game. Next turn, I either win or they have no hand. They're super dead. They're gonna cast a Time Walk? I guess they could cast a Time Walk. What's the exact text on? Oh, that's not a Time Walk. I think we are done. 3-0, Pog. 3-0, Pog Champ. Oh, they do have the Time Walk, okay. Could respond? Does it matter? Alright, go. Sure. They're gonna need a lot more of those. Gonna need a lot more of those. I guess they could theoretically cast 4 of those in a row? It's like the only way to get out of this, I think. Alright, there's a Lotus Field. They could cast 4 of those in a row. Supreme Verdict? Fateful Absence, their own Teferi to draw a card. Okay. We're getting desperate here. Blood Sun, yeah, got it. We are getting desperate. They made it so Burning Wish couldn't search for things that are exiled, yet Karn can still do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the way that Karns work, because I'm going to play some Fable next league. We're going to test it out. They always find me at my weakest. God, I really need to buy these lands and paper. This swamp is absolutely gorgeous. Like, holy shit. It's so beautiful. Look at this thing. It's so nice. Ooh, I haven't played against this deck in a while. Want to cast anything? I don't think so. I think I'd rather save the treasure for a Devil Ping. How is the expertise out of the board? This is the first time I played against Monogreen with the expertise, so hopefully we get to find out. Is it wrong to make them combo out? It depends on how you value your time. Okay, I kind of have to play Devil here because I need to have something in play that can attack a Karn. So I think what I'm supposed to do is just kind of play out my stuff. Because this is those situations where, like, you kind of have to recognize, like, if they have Karn, basically you have to think to yourself, if they play Karn next turn, how bad is it? Like, how can I make it so that Karn is manageable? And this is kind of the best way of doing that, right? Just getting stuff on the board. Don't they play Bloodside the Fable in this list? They played it all. Yeah. So the most of the more popular versions, or like the other versions that people have been playing, have been cutting Ob for Fable and have been cutting Epicure for Bloodscythe. But you're just like making your curve a little bit higher. I'm not in love with that. I also, again, think this card's insane. So I think I'm gonna go Ob, sack Witness, kill Elf. Go kill elf, do this. We hit a land, which is not terrible. Question is, am I going after Kiora? I don't think so. It's always a losing battle to go after Kiora. Just get them dead. Mind if I share the link of the deck list here? I actually have it up, so I can post it. I'll post it. Bang. That's the list that we're going to play next. Yeah, it's very similar, where you cut Ob, right? Yeah, you cut Ob. So it's basically cut Ob for Fable, and cut Epicure for Blood Scythe Harvester, and most of the other stuff is pretty much the same, right? I guess you went down a Claim, up a Push, and then you went down a Village Rites, up something. Oh, because I only have 3 Ob. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. They played another elf? Haven't you learned? Haven't you learned, opponent? Got you let your guard down. I should have done some math before firing that off, but... Plus that one. Is Voldaren that good? The damage is relevant, and also, again, it's just the curve. Like, I prefer to have a 1-drop than a 2-drop. It's mostly that. It's mostly just for curve considerations. Should I minus? I don't think I should minus. Alright, let's go attack. Or I should just attack first. So they block a 1/1, take 4, go to 8. Can we kill them? Okay, so make a token. Village Rites sack token is 2 damage. Witch's Oven sack token is 4 damage. I guess we can't quite kill them. So in that case, we will plus, I guess. We can go Village Rites, sack the Witness. I don't think it matters at this point. I think we'll be okay. And then I will go play Takenuma, play Mayhem Devil. Alright, proceed. Good luck. Can't you cast Ob again and casualty for 6 damage? Well, they had cards in hand, right? They could just discard cards. It doesn't matter at this point. There's no way out for them. Yeah, Damping Sphere does stop Rakdos. What do they got? They got a Cav? Could play Cav and then die. They could play Karn and then Needle and then die. So, all roads lead to death. Alright, we get to bring in the Karizev's expertise. Hopefully I draw it to see if it's actually good. Maybe we should just play 4 of them, so we draw them more often. So, game 2. Game 2. Pause champ. Ooh. Gonna play it out. Plus. Plus. Now I never try. Attack you. Damage. Not sure how someone beats a 7/7 Illuminated Virtuoso. Not many people do. Just kind of flexing at this point. Alright, -5, Keck W. Okay, so Karizev's coming in. I like Thoughtseize. I actually don't like Duress, though. Because I think the more... Well, maybe I do. It does hit Karn. It doesn't hit Cav or Troll, but it does hit Karn. So I don't like Ob. I don't like Kroxa. This is the issue. I don't know what else I'm supposed to cut in this matchup. Because I wasn't bringing in this many cards before. I want to see if it's good. My RSQ is full of mono green and Boros Heroic, none of the Phoenix Burn. Gotcha. You could actually bring in Karizevs against Heroic too, maybe. But trim push. So maybe that's actually a good idea, because as we talked about earlier, it's like they're going to be a lot less reliant now that they know the matchup. They're going to be a lot less reliant on Elf. Like, they're not going to keep a hand that like they did that game. Claim is very good, so the reason that Claim is very good is obviously you can kill the Elf like we did that game, but Claim is also exceptional against Troll, because if you claim a Troll and sacrifice it, they don't get it back, so it's very, very important. I think I'm going to not overload on discard. I'm going to trim 1 push, and then maybe like 2 Epicures is probably okay. Could also trim a Dispute. I'm going to go with this. Just run 64. Could trim a cat, maybe. Yeah, maybe trimming a cat's better than trimming a push. Well, Kari's is good, but I don't know if it's good enough to keep this hand. This hand's, like, actually kind of bad. I think I should probably keep it, but it's not great. I'm gonna put back Devil. Kind of wish this was a push now, because they're probably gonna play an elf. Yeah. Alright, trimming a push is probably bad. That's a decent draw. Just play Ridge. It's a decent draw. To say you have to go. Opponent's at 1. No, they're not at 1. Oh, your opponent. Okay. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I know I could use the elf mana, which I am going to do. Not drawing a land is so rough there. Maybe I just have to YOLO Thoughtseize and hope I draw a land. I can't not cast Thoughtseize here, right? Especially if they have card, they could just make my treasure irrelevant anyways. I have to cast Thoughtseize. I just have to hope to draw land. It's a good hand. I think I gotta take Cav? Yeah, I gotta take Cav. Where's our Stone Rains at? Yeah, I know, right? What's the cheapest Stone Rain in Pioneer? It's gotta be 4 mana, right? I would assume so. Like, I think Demolish is legal, but there's obviously no 3 mana ones. Unless you want to count... What's the one from Theros? The one that blows up... They printed like a cycle of hate cards in Theros. There's a shitty one. There's a shitty red one in Theros. Wildfire doesn't count. I guess it kind of does, but... No. What's the one from Theros? Peak Eruption. Peak Eruption is the card I'm thinking of. Alright, so they have one card. We don't know what it is. Okay. I guess I'm supposed to go... God, if I drew a red source, man. If only I didn't have to play... Oh, I could have played this as a red source, right? I could have just played this as a red source, used this for the claim, and then this for the... Yeah, maybe that was bad. Maybe I played this as the wrong color. Ended up playing for Act of Treason. Yeah. But I wouldn't be able to cast a spell off the Act of Treason, right? I'm trying to think if I want to get greedy here and just go, like, Cat, Village Rites. That's gotta be bad, right? Yeah, it's gotta be bad. Is it, though? Like, do I care if I just take a couple of hits from this? They don't have a Nykthos. They have a Nykthos, they have infinite mana anyways. Like, what if I just Village Rites? Kind of with it, actually. Could take a hit or two from this. That's actually a really good draw. Alright. Need them to brick for a couple turns. A couple turns of bricks, please. Like, I want to be able to go sack this, kill this. Okay, that's fine. Red source? Not a red source, but I guess I can go Epicure. Sack the Epicure. And then I can loot away the extra Epicure. Try and find a red source. Doing this main phase in case I hit Den. Well, I guess I maybe should have looted before doing that. Yeah, maybe I should have looted before doing that. Okay, I drew a land. Should make some 2/2s, right? God, this song is so good. I fucking love this song. Hope I beat Mono Green. You're out. Say it easy, Max. You'll be back. They always come back. Okay, we drew a red source. Don't really need it at this point, though. Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. Like, yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Can, like, steal this, claim, steal the other token. That just, like, what am I doing with that? Alright, double go, I guess. Yeah, I screwed up. If I had looted before making the play that I did, I would have drawn the claim, and I wouldn't have cast the Eaten Alive. Would have been a little bit better. Gonna go eat some dinner and watch old episodes of Futurama. Nice, that sounds like fun. I haven't eaten dinner yet either. I'm fucking starving. Not the best. Not the best. If I attack, they just double block. So that's not good. Alright. Your turn. This is not going the way that I wanted it to. This is not the best. Oh, man. I think it would have been fine if I had done it the other way around, but... Miss Jegantha? Yeah, I mean, Jegantha, well, I don't have lane 5, but yeah, Jegantha would be pretty good this game. If I had lane 5. But yeah, I don't have Jegantha after board because I boarded in Karisev's expertise. That's kind of the trade-off, right? You know, I've decided that this card is good enough in the matchup, and I don't think that Jegantha comes up that often, to the point where I'm willing to give up Jegantha post-board for the Karisevs. Now, maybe that's not correct, but I'm gonna go eat a pizza in a dark room and cry myself to sleep because I hurt my knee in the gym this morning. That sucks. Feels bad, man. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Volcanius. I believe. Sag in chat for Volcanius. Alright, sack outlet, please. Does that count? Not really. I could, like, steal this, steal this. Alright. Go. It's a fucking weird game, dude. What a weird game. How is this happening? I mean, I guess this is because I cut Ob Nixilis, right? I have this many sack outlets. Maybe cutting Ob is bad, but, like, what else am I supposed to cut? I don't want to cut anything else. Yeah. Yeah, we just, like, needed a sack outlet. Even now, if I, like, draw a sack outlet, I can just steal this, sack it. I just, like, can't do anything. I can't even push the troll, right? I can go Karisev's, steal troll, claim steal elf, but I don't have a revolt trigger to push, because, like, once the troll is on my side of the board, I can push the troll, but I can't get a revolt trigger. If only we have Fable. Yeah. Yeah, Fable would be pretty good here. Just a weird game, the way it played out. Stop! Just draw like a big creature. I want to steal it. Yeah, F5. Alright, if I don't draw a sack outlet, I'm just going to scoop. I know I'm not technically dead, but come on. Give me a break. Yeah, make more 2/2s. Cut the Epicure a lot. I'm not sure if that's correct. No, honestly, it probably is. It's your worst. It's definitely your worst creature game one for sure. So they miss lethal. Block, take 5. Well, they miss lethal if I didn't have a push, but they're far enough ahead where they don't have to go for it. Sick. Just what I wanted. Okay, let's reconsider our sideboarding here. I mean, other than Ob Nixilis, I don't know if there's anything else that I really would consider. Like, should I have 2 Obs over 2 Epicures? Maybe. Just play no Epicures. Trim a cat. Could, like, trim a cat, trim an Epicure, play 2 Obs. Keep 1 Epicure for science. Actually, that could just be the third push. Alright, let's try this. I want to see how this plays out. What's up, Chef Seth? Play first. Yeah, okay. Hand's not ideal, but I think it's a keeper. Okay, so they have 2 elves, Troll, Haven. I think I'm just going to take Haven and hope I can kill their elves. A lot of outs to kill an elf here. I guess only 7, but... Go. Should I molt? Maybe I'm supposed to mold this hand. I don't think so. God, they drew Kiora too. That's so disgusting. Yeah, we're super dead. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to mold that hand just because I don't have an answer to an elf. I mean, I think if they only had 1 elf, I could have Thoughtseize an elf. Maybe it's a little bit better for me, but yeah, the basics are balling out. Their hand. Playing for us, Celestial Cure and Monitor, people keep salty AFK timing out against me. That's awesome, Pingu. I'm doing good. What's up, buddy? So, Bird. Alright, hand's fine. I'll keep this. This is your best card against Bird, so. Playing Living in Grief opponent, and they have 2 Teferi. Sheesh. Probably Esper. Espa. I've heard a lot of people say that about Thoughtseize. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, that's just how Thoughtseize rolls sometimes. Like, Thoughtseize has one of the widest range of outcomes with like all cards in the entire format. You know, there's going to be games where you cast Thoughtseize and it makes your opponent not able to play Magic entirely, and there's going to be games you cast Thoughtseize and it literally has no text. You know, that's just kind of how Thoughtseize works. It just is what it is. Wonder with Mono Green going down is Greasefang value going up potentially. Yeah, you take 2. If they Thoughtseize me, I cast this Rites. I probably do, because what if I just like let that resolve and ob them, but then I lose value off the witness? I'm just gonna Rites here. I want to make sure I get full value. Yeah, they're gonna take the ob, but that's fine. I'm just up cards, so. Although if yeah, because then they just take the Rites, right? Oh, that's fine. I guess they don't have to take the ob now, but they probably still will. Sure. Well, can't play the Dispute, which sucks, but I'll just take my free card. Maybe I should just give up the free card there. They have Emperor. Alright, I won't attack. I should play this pre-combat, but... Yeah, I should have played this pre-combat just in case they decided to counter it. But I'm not going to attack an Emperor. Thoughtseize yourself for Lethal Shadow is one of my favorites, yeah. You get some really sweet Thoughtseize plays with Shadow, for sure. Memory Deluge. Sure. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Kind of hope they Verdict here. Oven just not good enough anymore? I understand. I have 4 Ovens in my deck. I don't draw them. I just don't know if I understand the comment. Yeah, I just don't draw them. Alright, so 1 Verdict down. I think I'm just going to go Epicure Devil. Put a little bit of pressure on them. If they have second Verdict, they have second Verdict, but... This is my best play against Emperor, I think. It also is just, like, really high upside to just untap with the Devil. Like, if they don't kill it, I could deal them a lot of damage, probably. So... And then if they, like, hold up Emperor, I probably just won't attack with this. I'll just pass. Something like that. Plays Cat, doesn't play Oven. Gigabrain. Yeah, sure. Ooh. That's actually kind of a sick draw. Can go Kroxa plus Dispute here. Yeah, let's do that. Kroxa. Kroxa. Then if I draw a land, I can play the Familiar. Oh, not that land. I can just play it off the food, it's probably fine. Or a treasure. I can discard the push to the blood token. Your turn. Can flashback Kroxa next turn, although they probably have a counter spell for it. Big Tef. Sure. Big Tef is fine. Yeah. Yeah, the answer to Big Tef. If they have another veto, kind of suck. Hey, an Oven. Speak of the devil. Okay, let's go... This is kind of a weird spot. I think I should attack Teferi first. Although giving up 2 damage is kind of awkward. So it's one of those things where if I cast the Eaten Alive pre-combat to, like, see if they counter it, I lose the damage on Teferi if they have the veto. So I think it's just better for me to attack Teferi, give up the 2 damage, and then if they have veto for Eaten Alive, then I at least get the deal 2 to Teferi. I don't know, man. The 2 damage is really important. I think I'm just going to hope they don't have it. I'm also going to try and debate them. I'm going to play Oven first, because if they have March, they'll respond and March the cat. Okay, they didn't have March. Oh, I guess they wouldn't because I have another cat, but... So let's go target... Sack this. Alright, they do have the veto. Which is annoying, but we still get to slap them with Kroxa, so... They got 2 cards left. I guess they can now tick... They can tuck with Teferi. Although, if they tuck with Teferi, I'll actually just sack the Kroxa to Oven, because then I could just get it back next turn. They would veto the Oven. Well, they didn't veto the Oven, which is kind of weird, right? Are you surprised they didn't veto the Oven there? Kind of interesting. I guess they think they can outrace this with Teferi, which I guess they probably can, right? Kind of close. It's kind of close. Better left unstead. Oven makes their outs to Kroxa much worse. Yeah, exactly. They have like March and Teferi, which don't answer Kroxa if I have the Oven in play. Honestly, maybe this is actually better for me that they countered the. Maybe it's unironically better for me that they countered the Eaten Alive and not the Oven. Is that weird? I think it might be better for me. Funnily enough, because it just makes it like so impossible for them to kill Kroxa. Oh, I see. So they have March for Kroxa. I mean, what if I just sack Kroxa? Kind of with it. They can't respond to me sacrificing Kroxa. They can't, like, the Kroxa's in the graveyard, they can't respond. I think I'm just gonna sack Kroxa. Like, it's so obvious they have March, right? It's just blatantly obvious. Might as well cast it. I know you have it in your hand. Okay, whatever. You got me. Okay, Den kind of awkward. Oh, I don't have an extra card to get back the Kroxa now. Oh, right, okay. That's kind of awkward. Right, because I got back the cat. Maybe I should have not got back the cat, but then I lose... I don't know. With the Oven on top, I think it's better to keep the cat. Although this now sucks if they have another way to exile this. Because now I'm drawing an Oven, which is dead, and I don't have a way to get back Kroxa. That's close. Maybe I'm supposed to just Kroxa there. It might have put me in a better spot if I just Kroxa there. Why didn't I attack with Den and kill Tef? Because I just played Den this turn. Jegantha, our Lord and Savior, yeah. I get to reset Tef too. I feel like we're probably dead. Yeah. I think maybe I'm supposed to just Kroxa them. Because also the cat line just doesn't even beat the Yorion, which we know they have in hand. And at least Kroxa beats the Yorion. I mean, that's a pretty fucking good draw. I mean... Oh shit, because I can actually Kroxa too, right? That's actually an insane draw. Probably the best draw on my deck, right? Okay, question is, do I plus? I think I minus plus. Just want a plus? At plus, they probably just discard 2 cards. I guess the 1/1's not that relevant, and they can only kill 1 Ob anyways. Yeah, I guess I'll just plus. Yeah, the 1/1's not terribly relevant. Sucks that they have Censor, but... Can we beat those 2 cards? Maybe. Please don't censor me. Come on. There's no way they have Censor. There's no chance they have Censor. Should we have attacked? No, because if I attack, then I can't sack to the Ob. And also, I don't plan on getting back the cat, because if I get back cat, I don't have enough to get back Kroxa. I know, right? Fuck you. Sing me a sad song. No shot they have Emperor, right? Talking the... Oh. Oh, they have Push. Like, what am I supposed to do about Push? Pretty sure I'm supposed to just fire up the Den. I guess, hypothetically, if they have Push... And I play Jegantha this turn... No, that's just bad. That's just playing to not... That, you know what I mean. You get what I'm saying. There's no way I'm not firing up the Den here. Of course. Go. God damn it, man. I feel like this game was winnable. If I maybe had not gotten back the cat and just Kroxa them instead. The turn before they played the Yorion. Kind of a frustrating game, but... Yeah, they also just drew, like... I mean, they have a Teferi in play, but they also just, like, drew kind of perfect. I don't know how they answer Jegantha with 2 mana. I mean, like, they're drawing 2 cards. They have a lot of answers to Jegantha in their deck. They can't answer it that turn, but... Yeah, but also, if they don't have the push, they lose. They go to 1 and then they can't beat the den, right? They lose if they don't have the push. They literally lose the game. I don't think I'm getting a better opportunity to fire up the den. Like, that's the only opportunity I'm getting there. Fateful Absence. Yeah, but Fateful Absence also kills the den. Same with March. I guess March doesn't kill Jegantha, but... I mean, they have 6 cards. You win, dude. Frustrating game. I think I maybe should have won that game if I had just not played like a moron. Dilter alert. You're playing to the guy who said he didn't know how they beat Jegantha with 2 mana. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Sour taste the UA. Crazy eating that cat back was what killed us. Yeah, I think it was. I think if I don't get back the cat and I just Kroxa them, I'm in a much better position. Also, it's just like so weird that they didn't counter the oven. I don't know, man. Again, not gonna say anything, but I just thought that was weird. Like, I feel like you just snap counter the oven there because I have the cat. I feel like no one is playing Phoenix right now. I disagree. I play against a lot of blue-red. Maybe that's just me. Different times, so playing leagues at different times, but which is more likely than absence. Having something that prevents them from being so inefficient could have been a way to go. Maybe, yeah. But also, no, because they had used the Deferi to blink that turn. Yeah, I was gonna say they can just tuck the Jegantha, but their Tef is at 1 because they tucked the Ob. Better off with throwing grenades. I will play first. Deck curve is just poetry. Yeah, and that's why people, you know, you want to add Blood Tithe Harvester. Like, you're messing with art at that point. Was the modern return juicy enough to consider modern challenges or still bad format? I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's a bad format. People enjoy playing it. It is what it is. Maybe. Not the next couple of weekends, no, because I'm going to be playing RCQs the next couple of weekends. So, like, the next 3 Saturdays, I have RCQs, so I'm not going to be streaming the next 3 Saturdays. So it's going to be tough to play the modern challenges with the paper tournaments. But yeah, I don't know. If I end up, like, if I win the first RCQ or one of the first couple and I end up streaming those Saturdays, I'll probably go back to playing the modern challenges. Softer challenges for you. Yeah. Haha! I have a second Ob Nixilis. Get fucked! Get fucked! So next game, or... Next game, or... Next game, or... Imagine having 2 Planeswalkers in play on turn 3 against a blue-white control deck. Incoming scoop in 3, 2, 1... I wouldn't blame them for scooping now. It's also sweet that the Ob token is actually like a copy and not it has a mana value is what I'm saying, basically. That's what I'm getting at. I'm gonna be mana efficient here and just play Mayhem Devil. I don't really care if they ref me, it is what it is. I just want to use all my mana this turn. A lot of control decks tonight? Yeah, I know. More than usual. Kind of surprised. Actually, I'm not... Like, I don't really think these blue-white / Esper decks are that well positioned right now. But control players. They just don't want to play anything else. Control players are like the most copium of all of us. 3 cards. Plus... Not Tron players. No, because like Tron actually has good matchups. I don't know if this deck has any good matchups. Kidding. I'm saying that jokingly, but you know what I mean, chat. They're just discarding their entire hand. Let me know how that works out for you. Let me know how that works out for you. So players know it's all about countering spells and worship Waffle Tappa. Yeah. Lantern play. There's not enough Lantern players, you know. I use control players because there's actually like a good amount of control players, right? It's much less of a fringe archetype, you know. I will say, if I didn't draw the second Ob, this game looks a lot different. But, you know. I don't know. I'm just gonna click buttons at random. It probably doesn't matter what I do at this point. I think it's mostly relevant. Kind of a formality. I think there's nowhere left to sink. Okay, put a 2. That last card better be real good. Just saying. Yeah, that game was over on turn 3. Control players understand that drawing cards and countering spells is more important than winning games. Kinda, yeah. That's a good way to put it. Ob Nixilis the Hate Twisted. Is that even legal? That's gotta be like a commander card, right? Opponent draws a card, just one neighbor stat player, -2 your strike type creature, its controller draws 2 cards. Huh. That's a weird one. From War of the Spark? Oh, okay. I gotcha. What a set, huh? War of the Spark. Some interesting design choices in War of the Spark. We have a War of the Spark card in our deck. Mayhem Devil's a sweet one. Mayhem Devil's like one of the more cool designs from that set. Actually reasonable. Unlike Teferi Time Reveler. Can we get a fuck Teferi in chat? Hashtag fuck Teferi. That sounds cracked. All my homies hate Teferi. Does anybody actually enjoy that card? Anybody at all? Anybody? Passive ability Planeswalkers were a massive mistake. Turn Coleman says me smile. Alright, mods ban him. Yeah, I guess control players. Sealed Courtyard pass, huh? Alright. Show me what you're working with. Fatal Push Memory Deluge, huh? Kinda want to just take Deluge. Their hand fucking sucks. Okay, this one, go. Kinda awkward that I didn't draw 1-drop there to pair with the Ob. If I take Deluge, how will they draw cards? True. True. Also, Drawn Catacomb coming into play tapped. So they have Push, Hall, Shrine, Beach, 1 unknown. I wonder if I just go, like, Devil into sack Devil to Ob. Not terrible, right? It's kind of cool to get the Devil into play this turn, while they can't absorb me. Yeah, I think I like playing Devil here. Esper Mana Base. I mean, they could have just played Deserted Beach. I think they just thought this was going to come to play untapped. I think they forgore. The hand looks like a tilt keep. I mean, if you're playing a control deck, you probably have to keep that hand, right? Like, you can't mulligan Push, Deluge, plus Cycling Land and good mana. Like, I'm not saying their hand was, like, supposed to be a mulligan. It's just, when you're playing these decks, you have to keep hands like that. And that's why I fucking hate control. Because I would, like, lose my shit if I felt like I had to keep a hand like that. But I think they're correct in keeping it. Ooh, they can do a cool play. Okay, never mind. I was going to say they can go, what you call it? If they had Shark Typhoon, they could go Shark Typhoon for 0 and then push my Devil. Please don't find Thoughtseize. How does this deck feel? I think it's good. I think it's one of the better decks right now. I think it's just very well positioned too. There's not as much green. I think green is probably like slightly unfavorable, but I think it like crushes all the creature-based decks. Shadow's Verdict. I guess that does answer the Ob, kinda. God, this is really awkward. This is so weird. Okay. I think I got a plan. I can go attack Narset. If they... Yeah, I can go attack Narset. And if they push the Mayhem Devil, then I could just go Dispute, sack Devil, Thoughtseize the Verdict. And then try to set up Ob next turn. I think that's a good plan. So let's attack Narset first. They're probably going to push End of Combat, which is fine because we have the Dispute. Don't really care. Played the Beach. Didn't push End of Combat, huh? Alright, well. So cast Thoughtseize. I'm not going to take the push, but... They drew Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Well, I guess I gotta take that one. Well, it's fine. They're going to cast Push. I'll cast Dispute. It's kind of like when you have 14 cards in graveyard and assume you have Delirium for Unholy Heat, talking about them, assuming the Drowned Catacomb. Yeah, exactly right. Don't deserve. Were those lands this turn? It's fine. If I draw a 1-drop, I can go like 1-drop plus Ob. But this is kind of annoying. This is a good answer to Ob. That is a good one. Why take the fairy when I have 2 Eaten Alive? Because I have no creatures. Because I know they're gonna cast the push into turn, which means I have no creatures. So they played Godless Shrine. They have these 3 in Eorion. What if I just played Ob and made a token? I actually don't hate that play. They can gust this if they want. I don't really care. I think I might bottom if they gust this. Although, if they play Yorion, I can then go Ob, make a token, sack token, Eat Alive. Yeah, I guess I should still top it. Oh wait, I had the treasure. I could have just played the Kroxa. I forgot. I thought this was a blood for some reason. Yeah, I should have played the Kroxa. That was a mistake. So they're not playing the Yorion. Alright, run it back. Same play. I thought it was a food. Yeah, nobody knows what it is. So their hand is Verdict Yorion. Alright, so they're going to discard Verdict. Or, excuse me, they're going to discard Yorion. Oops, forgot to sack it. Should have made food. They're playing a little slow, so I'm just trying to, like, play a little faster. And I tend to make mistakes when I play faster, but... blame my ADHD. What's up, Quinn? What's up, Daniel? How you doing, buddy? This deck has too many token types. Yeah, I got a whole box of tokens for FNM. Alright, resolves. I don't think I'm going to fire up the Hive. I think it's Jegantha time, right? Yeah, it's got to be Jegantha time. We'll save the Sokenzan for an Eat Alive turn. Main phase Omen. Alright, their Yorion's gone. Let's see what they do with the Scry. But a good night so far for Red-Black. Yeah, 3-1. This is a close game, for sure. This game is far from over. This has been a pretty good match. Not better to fire Hive for Exile Deluge. It's just, like, not that great if they have a push, but maybe I'm supposed to not play around it. Like, they only had 1 card. They went bottom, top. Yeah, maybe I should have fired the Hive last turn. I forgot about the Deluge, to be honest with you. Like, now I'm maybe kind of priced into doing it this turn, even though I don't love it. Yeah, I probably should have done this last turn. I forgot about Deluge. Yeah. I just forgot about it. You may proceed. Question is, do I play the Sokenzan to play the Jegantha? It's like kind of awkward if they hit Verdict, but I think I just want to try and max pressure them here. A Deluge, that's fine. Yeah. Nah, you're good, buddy, you're good. I should have done it last turn. But like now, it was a little bit more awkward to do it the turn after they Omen, because they did put a card on top. But I definitely should have done it the turn before when they had 1 card, just like 1 random card. That was when I should have done it. That was my fault. And I tried to correct myself by, you know, doing it that turn, but that was the turn, a worse turn to do it because they had Omen. But I still think it was maybe correct to go for it the turn that I did, even after I missed it the first time, because I do kind of have to hit the Deluge. Okay, well, they didn't hit Verdict, so we win anyways. I guess they just have the Hall. So let's... Well, actually, if they fire up Hall, I can just Eat and Alive it, so... Should I offer the Jegantha to the Hall? There's no way, right? Am I okay with trading... I have to trade a lot of cards for it, though. That's probably just bad. I'll just attack with these two. This is fine. And then I can go post-combat, Witness, sack Witness to Oven. Trying to find a banger. Wow, those are 2 really good cards. Jesus Christ. I actually think the Dispute's better here. Yeah, I'm gonna Dispute Setcat. Yeah, Veto. Omen, sure. Attack with just the 1/1s. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Let's see, they found a counterspell. They did not. Now we get to Thoughtseize them. We have a second Oven to go with the cat, which is pretty pog. I'm definitely taking Shadow's Verdict now. Definitely taking that Shadow's Verdict now. Go. With 2 Eaten Alives? I don't give a shit. Should be pretty good this game. Alright, make it 2/2. Well, don't care. Oh, they did it in my main phase. I could have cast the Eaten Alive. I didn't realize they did it in my main phase. But I'll pretend like they played correctly. And bro, that was your fucking draw step? Did you top both? Hold on. They went top, okay. Fuck! That's how I lose. Could beat literally every other card. Wow, that's insane. That's fucking nuts. I think they're still dead to Mayhem Devil, though. And they have 2 cards to be able to give this thing hexproof. Well, I guess it's a sorcery regardless, so it doesn't matter, but... So I guess I start by looting... I loot the Haunted Ridge. Not gonna do it. Attack with Jegantha, they probably just chump block. Fuck, man. Ob would have been pretty good, too, because if I Ob plus... I guess they just wouldn't discard both cards, but... Alright, unattack. Frustrating game. It's like the only card that can actually even come close to even getting them back in this game. I beat, like, literally every other card in their deck. It's so annoying. Probably gonna play, like, 2 of these, too. Ugh, it's so sickening. Yeah. Must be nice. Yeah. Not kill Wanderer. They have another one in their hand. It's just kind of pointless. Like, I think they're gonna just play the second Wanderer anyways to kill the Jegantha. There's just no point in playing the kill the Wanderer. Yeah, see, they're gonna go make a 2/2, end step, float 2, untap, and then yeah. Before I untap, then they're gonna play the Wandering Emperor. Is Mayhem Devil not an out? Wait, they're not playing Emperor? Okay. Sure. It might be an out. I'm wondering if I should bring back the second cat too. Yeah, cool. I don't care. Yeah, I guess Mayhem Devil maybe still kills them, huh? So at that point, I probably should. I'm just wondering if I should bring back the cats or not. Save it for Devil. They're making a 2/2? The fuck? Said they misclicked. Yeah, I think I should save it for the Devil. That doesn't quite do it. It only costs 3 mana because I have Jegantha. LGS raise price? Of what? The collector boosters? Really? So I have exactly enough mana to be able to go... Yeah, I have exactly enough to go Takenuma and the Devil. So I guess we can start with Takenuma. Let's see where we go from there. We had a Kroxa, but we don't have a land to play Kroxa. So I guess we can get back Witness, and then sack Witness to Oven, or actually sack Witness to Eaten Alive, right? That's just better. Kill the Tef. Let me hit. Deadly Dispute, Thoughtseize. It's not better for trying to draw Devil. Yeah. Guess I cast the Thoughtseize? Jesus fucking Christ, man. I couldn't draw one blank. If I attack, they just trade 2 knights for it. I don't even know if that's good. I'm just gonna pass. If I was playing a Comp Pioneer event this week, what would I play? Well, I am playing a Comp Pioneer week. I am playing a Comp Pioneer event, playing an RCQ, and I am going to play this deck. Yeah. Take 6. They're at 21. Not even sure Devil's good enough at this point. We could have made a tap Jegantha to play Kroxa. No, I didn't have an extra mana left over, right? Bro, I'm sick. Because once I played the Witness and the... Yeah, because I played the Witness and the Eaten Alive, and I had 1 mana left over with the Treasure, right? And this only makes black-red, so I only had 3 mana towards the Kroxa. So not quite enough. I guess I'm just playing to time them out at this point. They have been playing pretty slow. Two mana, 1 treasure were on board after channeling a land. Oh, you're saying instead of killing the fairy? Yeah, but I wanted to Eaten Alive with the fairy. I guess I could have Eaten Alive, sacked this, and not played the Witness. Maybe that was better. We know they have Absorb. Alright, I'm just gonna scoop. That's a fucking tilter. Oh, that's a fucking tilter. God damn it. Alright, let's open our chest.